Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday, February 2nd, West Fargo City Commission meeting. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Jorgensen.
Present.
Commissioner Zundell.
Here.
Commissioner Dardis.
Here.
Commissioner Olson.
Here.
Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
Thank you. Let the record show all commissioners are present. At this time, I would like to call on Troop 213. Please come forward and lead us to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Troop 213. And Logan, thank you for having your fellow members with us this evening. Commissioners, the first order of business is item D, is to approve the order of the agenda as presented.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Anderson moves to approve the agenda as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Jorgensen seconds. We have a motion and a second to approve the order of the agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item E is the approval of the minutes of January 19, 2026. They have been distributed and in your packet.
Move we approve.
Commissioner Zundell moves to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Olson seconds. I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of January 19th as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item F is the building permits. Again, the building permits have been distributed and in your packets.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Olson moves to approve the building permits as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Anderson seconds. We have a motion and a second to approve the building permits as distributed. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next order of business. We are now on the consent agenda. The consent agenda involves items A through E. Again, that has been distributed and in your packet.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Jorgensen moves to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Zundell seconds. We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, items A through E. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We move on to the regular agenda. At this time, we are in public comment. Madam Secretary, has anybody signed up to speak at public comment?
I do not have anyone.
Public comment is closed. We now move on to item number 2. Item number 2 is a proclamation for the 100th anniversary of Scouting America Troop 213. It is my pleasure this evening to share with you a proclamation regarding Troop 213 and their 100-year anniversary. Whereas the Scouting movement, through its programs, has encouraged youth and adult Scouters to live by the Scout oath and law, which serves to build character, train youth in personal responsibility, citizenship, and leadership development, and promote personal fitness since 1910, and whereas success in Scouting is the result of countless hours of selfless volunteerism by youth Scouters, dedicated leaders, parents, and community organizations which positively impact local communities. And whereas Scouting America Troop 213, chartered by Faith and Journey Lutheran Church in the city of West Fargo, was established in 1926, and whereas 100 years Troop 213 has upheld the values of Scouting America and served the community with dignity and honor, guiding youth to do their best and always be prepared. When performing numerous community service projects, on outdoor adventures, earning rank advancement and merit badges, and whereas the city of West Fargo is better because of the contributions of Troop 213, who learn to be better leaders, the importance of helping others, and how to make the world a better place. Therefore, be it resolved, I, Bernie Dardis, Mayor of West Fargo, North Dakota, do hereby recognize and celebrate the 100th anniversary of Scouting America Troop 213 and express gratitude for 100 years of service, leadership, and dedication to the highest ideals of citizenship, and extends its best wishes for continued success in the years to come. At this time, I have an official proclamation which we'll be presenting to 213, and if the boys would join me at this lectern over here to their right, I'll sign the proclamation. Got everybody gathered around?
Yeah, close, you can see.
I hope the public understands how significant that Hope Journey Church and the contributions that they've made to the community through years and years and years of service, generations. And for you young men to be a part of that is terrific. We're very proud of you. Thank you. I'm going to present that to Logan.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Item number 3 is public hearing. First order of business is a pilot incentive request and public hearing for Marcar LLP, DBA Sandy's Donuts. Calling Casey Sanders Berglund, Economic Development Director for the City of West Fargo. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, President Commissioner and Commissioners. Tonight, I have an expansion project to share with all of you. As stated, the applicant is Marcar LLP, or better known as Sandy's Donuts in West Fargo. They are looking to add the location of 1914 4th Avenue Northwest to their property portfolio. This location will serve as a manufacturing and distribution arm of this business. Previously, this location held a business called Air Mechanical, which was in the process of dissolving their business prior to this acquisition. From the staff report here, I'm going to scroll while I pause. Okay. From the staff report, you can see that this property is 11,300 square feet. These owners would like to expand the property by about 3,000 square feet. So the goal Sandy's is looking to accomplish here is efficiency and future scaling. So through our conversations and in discussion about a pilot, typically we have conversations around adding job creation or multiplier effects like sales tax. Those are two things that specifically they're not going to be creating with this request. So when it comes to job creation here, there might be some incidental jobs that are created, but that is not their intent. Their goal here is efficiency and adding about $406,000 of machinery and equipment. They'll be transferring jobs that would normally be part-time jobs into maybe 1 to 2 full-time jobs. And then as far as sales tax goes, the conversation around sales tax was that this will increase volume. So with efficiency, that would increase volume. However, we have a few locations of Sandy's in West Fargo proper. However, there's many vendors that carry them throughout the state, not only in North Dakota, but in Minnesota. So likely there will be volume, ancillary So I didn't want to include a direct tie back to West Fargo regards to sales tax, and I think that's important when we're talking about these incentives. I would like to point out too, during our discussion at EDAC, though they ultimately approved this request and wanted to bring as it stands today, we did have a very thorough conversation about this application. Originally, Sandy's Donuts brought forward a different proposal, and through that discussion, the EDAC ultimately wanted to move forward with this modified request. And specifically, Sandy's Donuts currently, or for this property, the property tax is at $16,994 in property tax. After the increase, it's estimated to be around $19,000. So as the request stands today, and what was approved at Economic Development, they're requesting the increase. So the difference of the increase. So to be clear, they will continue to pay the $16,994 or whatever that tax amount is, their current property tax, because that may increase as their value increases. But the tax on the new growth is what they're asking for as the pilot. And so I also wanted to just share that the Economic Development Advisory Committee was clear that they wanted to respect the fact that we want to continue to have growth within our community and also respect the fact that the city is going to face some unknown uncertainties with the new property tax cap as we move forward into the 2027 budgeting cycle. Jeff Oslin with Sandy's Donuts texted me on my way down here saying that he actually had a kid emergency, otherwise he'd be here today. So if there's any questions, I'll stand for those. If there's anything we need to reach out to him, he said he's available by text message or phone, so. Oh, one last note, I think this is important. The Sandy's Donuts was actually approved for and has received a automation tax exemption for their equipment through the state of North Dakota. And that's a window, and they hit that window perfectly for an expansion. So, sorry, now I'll stand for questions.
Questions for Sam? Questions on the Sandy's project? Ms. Berglund? Anyone? Commissioner Jorgensen moves to approve the pilot incentive request and excuse me, we have to have a public meeting to this.
Yes.
So, before the motion, are there any questions for Ms. Berglund? All right. We are now out of the regular agenda. We are in a public hearing. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this pilot program for Sandy's Donuts? Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this project for Sandy's Donuts? Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this pilot program for Sandy's Donuts? The favor comments are now closed. We move into the, is there any opposition to the pilot program for Sandy's Donuts? Is there any opposition to the pilot program for Sandy's Donuts? Is there any opposition to the pilot program for Sandy's Donuts? Hearing none, the public hearing is closed. We are now back into the regular agenda. I have a motion by Commissioner Jorgensen. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Olson seconds. We have a motion and a second to approve the pilot incentive for Marcor LLP for 5 years. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item number 4, project number 2293 at 9th Street Northeast, grade separation. We call on Dan Hansen, Senior Director of Community and Development. The purpose of this item this evening is to direct and approve an engineer's report and direct an engineer to prepare plans and specifications. Mr. Hansen, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Commissioner President Dardis and Commissioners. As you're all aware, there is the plans to construct a bridge over the BNSF Railroad on 9th Street Northeast. Originally, that was going to be done in conjunction with the 9th Street Northeast Reconstruction Project, but when it was determined that we needed to go, when we got the RAISE grant, it went through Federal Highway, and the DOT did not want to be part of that agreement, so we separated it out into a separate project. So the purpose for bringing it tonight is not because it hasn't been covered before, it just hasn't been covered as its own project for an engineer's report, so I thought that would be appropriate, given this chart right here, which I don't know if you can scroll back out, zoom out a little bit on that, Emily, but you can see where we're at with the process right now. There is no intended special assessments with this improvement of the construction of this bridge. And so in the packet is an engineer's report that details out all of the different funding. And when I first put this packet together, there was a flex grant that had been applied for through the DOT, and it was on January 27th that I got an email with the results of our application for that flex grant, which we were unsuccessful in securing a flex grant for that. However, they informed us that they were going to award us $5,864,257 worth of prairie dog funds towards the project. This is huge for West Fargo's taxpayers because that directly comes straight out of the local share. So that is $5,864,257 that we don't have to figure out how to fund. The caveat to that is that the prairie dog funds are distributed after the buckets fill up at the state. And so as those buckets fill up, once the municipal fund is full, we'll get a letter saying that the funds have been encumbered towards the project. And it's from that point forward that any project costs are eligible to be paid for out of these funds. So we're hopeful that those buckets fill up as quickly as possible. The project right now sits where the Houston Engineering has been working on this for a couple of years. It is, for the most part, designed and on the shelf, waiting for the agreement between the Federal Highway and the city to be approved. We're hoping that that comes quickly because it's been about 6 or 7 months since it was originally submitted. We have had some correspondence that they're working on it, but in the end, wanted to celebrate the ability to not have to pay over $12 million in local share towards this project, and the total local cost now is down to $6,661,193. So out of that $36 million project, we're going to get $30 million of it basically covered through grants that we were successfully able to obtain. So with that, I would entertain any questions.
Questions for Mr. Hanson? All right, Commissioners.
Move we approve.
Commissioner Zundell moves to approve project number 2293, to direct and approve the engineer's report and direct the engineer plan specifications for the 9th Street Northeast grade separation. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Olson seconds. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Just great work on getting the grants.
I'm sorry?
Great work on getting the grants.
Oh, thank you very much.
Just want to comment that we started this back in 2020. So it's taken a long time to get here. I sat in on the original panel, so to speak, or committee to determine the engineer. So it's great that it's coming
Yep.
to this point.
These large projects take a lot of planning. So, but we're anticipating that construction is going to occur this summer, and the completion date of the bridge portion of the whole overall area project is in the middle of the summer of 2027 for final completion.
Anyone else? Anything for Mr. Hanson? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
To echo the comments by Commissioner Jorgensen, outstanding work, Dan.
Thank you.
Going and getting that last, communicating with the state and federal partners, and that's truly a great benefit for the city of West Fargo that another $6 million isn't going to be on the taxpayers. Great work. Item number 5, we move on. 26th Street Northwest and 7th Avenue Northeast Rail Crossing Subsurface Replacement. We call on Jerry Wallace, the city engineer for the city of West Fargo. The purpose of this discussion is to authorize entering into a cost-share agreement with Burlington Northern Santa Fe. Mr. Wallace, good evening and welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Commission President and Commissioners. Try to be respectful of your time here tonight. Purpose of this item is we have 2 locations in town where BNSF approached us about doing some repairs and fixes to the crossing surfaces and the current condition of them. With that being said, we're looking tonight for the action to authorize entering into these 2 crossing surface installation agreements with BNSF. Essentially, it just boils down to, we like and we very much appreciate our friends at BNSF helping keep city right-of-way crossings with BNSF right-of-way in good working order, and this is essentially just a cost of doing business of, keeping that level of service in effect. In total, it looks like we're going to be agreeing to about $144,000 for the 2 agreements in payment to BNSF for the crossing surface work itself. We'll also be on the hook for some potential street removals adjacent to the work, should BNSF have to look at replacing some ties, those types of things. But those costs, those additional costs, we're expecting those to be relatively minimal compared to the size of the dollar amount here we're looking at tonight. So again, looking for authorization to enter into the crossing surface installation agreements, and I'm available for any questions you might have.
Questions for Mr. Wallace? Anyone? It's an actionable item, Commissioners.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Anderson moves to approve authorizing and entering into a cost-share agreement to Burlington Northern Santa Fe. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Jorgensen seconds. We have a motion and a second for the project at 26th Street Northwest and 7th Avenue Northeast regarding the rail crossing subsurface replacement. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Olson?
So the motion is to enter into a cost-share agreement. What are they sharing as far as the cost? What are they sharing in?
Honestly, Commissioner, I think it's generally when you're working with our friends at BNSF and you have them being responsive and willing to perform work in conjunction with your forces, a lot of times we chalk that up as a win in and of itself. As for what additional costs they may be incurring with this work, I can't say. I can certainly look into it if you'd like.
No, that's fine. It looks, we have to look at it that it's their railroad, and we're using a street crossing, so we're on the hook to pay for a new improvement on there. So just so the public understands that even though we're improving their railroad crossing, we're the ones that are crossing their railroad, so.
It's a great point, absolutely.
That's all I had to make.
I have experience with this and the Metro Flood Diversion Authority too, with working with Burlington Northern Santa Fe. They always have to have mutual aid agreements, constantly. We have a motion in a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
Thank you for your time.
Item number 6, we call on Mr. Dustin Scott, our City Administrator for the City of West Fargo. Good evening, Mr. Scott, and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you, Commission President and Commissioners. Well, I'm happy to start off with hopefully a final update on our HR Director search. We had a great day on Thursday going through stakeholder group sessions and finally an interview panel in the afternoon. We interviewed 3 finalists and we extended an offer to someone that as of this afternoon has accepted the position. So I am pleased to announce that Beth Wiggum, currently employed with the City of Fargo, is going to be our new Director of Human Resources. She brings over a decade of experience with the City of Fargo alone, so we're excited to find somebody that understands municipal government, and has a breadth of HR knowledge. So we're happy to get her on board. It sounds like her start date's going to be sometime early March. She wants to work with Fargo over the next month to help with their transition. So happy to announce that. Any questions on the HR director search?
Anyone? Please continue.
Good. Update on our finance software endeavor. As you know, we published an RFP a couple months ago. The submission deadline is February 13th. So we are quickly approaching the final submittal deadline. And then after that, we have about 2 months' worth of process to get the qualified vendors identified, do a series of interviews with them and demonstrations. So we have a very rigorous process outlined, and so I'll be keeping the commission updated as we get into that process. There's a group of people that are going to be very involved, so a good cross-section will help identify the next endeavor with our finance software. We do plan to have contracts fully executed before June 1st. Any questions on the finance software? No. Okay. And then last, I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Dan Hansen and the team. They have been absolutely relentless in searching for additional funds for these projects. I know you just thanked them, but I just, again, want to recognize that the 9th Street corridor alone, as you heard, there are 2 projects there, the overpass and the main arterial corridor. Between the 2 projects, we're talking about $60 million of construction costs. Through their efforts and all of the funding that they've been able to secure, our local share is only going to be about $8 million. So that is very significant. When we did the Cheyenne Street project as an example, we had about a $60 million project there with about half of that being a local share. So very significant work that they've done, and our taxpayers are really going to see the benefits of that. So any final questions for me?
Questions for Mr. Scott? We're good.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Does any commissioner have any non-agenda items you'd like to bring forward at this time? I have 2 comments I'd like to make. First of all, will the parents and the scout leaders for Troop 213 please stand? Thank you so much for encouraging your Troop 213, helping out, getting them to the meetings, helping them with their merit badges. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Scout leaders. It's great for West Fargo. We appreciate you. I'd also like to recognize that in the crowd this evening, we have House of Representative member, Representative Jim Jonas joining us this evening. Representative Jonas, thank you for being with us this evening.
Thanks for all the great work you guys do.
Yeah. So anything that you want to talk to him about the state, that's your guy. Again, commissioners, any non-agenda item? No? Does any department head have any non-agenda item? Mr. Wallace, please.
Thank you again, Mr. Commission President. I just, in all the talk about funding and grants received, I just wanted to bring to light that the engineering team and our consultant friends at Moore Engineering were also successful in securing a little over $3.8 million in flex funds for an upcoming Beaton Drive reconstruction project. And just say and reiterate that, you know, the staff is literally trying to do everything we can to chase grant dollars. And again, just wanted to, you know, kudos to the team. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
Get 2 of us, usually there's none. Just a reminder that our next commission meeting is on Tuesday, February 17th, due to the President's Day holiday, so moved from Monday to Tuesday for our next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Director of Communications. Anyone else? Any department head? Commissioner Anderson.
Move to adjourn.
Mr. Zundell.